Hi, Deanna Won here, and I'm the founder of Keynotes to Life. I am a speaker, leadership consultant, and a holistic health coach. And today I want to talk to you about turmeric. Some of you may not be familiar with this food, but it's actually a root, and it's in the same family as ginger. In fact, it kind of looks like ginger. So, whereas when you slice open some ginger, you'll see that the inside is yellow color. But when you slice open turmeric, the inside's orange color. And it's actually what gives foods like curry its distinctive kind of a yellow-orange color is actually this ingredient, turmeric. Now, turmeric has been around for thousands of years, really about 4,000, and it's most used in India in their cuisine, but it's been a part of Ayurvedic medicine, which is the holistic medicine that's used in India. So what are some of the good benefits that we can get from including this root into our diet? Well, the first thing is that it's anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is really a necessary process of our body, especially if there's an injury somewhere. That's how the healing process begins. However, if there's too much inflammation, then that's where things begin to go downhill in our body, because then it can actually progress to chronic disease. And so turmeric is extremely anti-inflammatory. In fact, research shows that it has the ability to really interact with a number of molecular targets that are involved with inflammation. And so curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric, is able to block something called NF-kappa beta, which is a molecule that's believed to play a major role in many chronic diseases. And it travels to basically the nuclei of the cells, and it turns on genes that promote inflammation. And so if you're able to block that, then it's actually even more effective than many of the anti-inflammatory drugs that are out there in the market. The next thing is that it's antimicrobial. Curcumin has actually been shown to kill bacteria by weakening and penetrating the membrane of the bacteria. And so they've actually done studies on this that show that bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus, E. coli, and other bacteria that's similar to that curcumin was able to kill all of the bacteria within 2 hours. Now that's amazing. And so, when you think about the fact that so many people today are developing multiple resistance to a lot of the pharmaceutical antibiotics, I think that looking at turmeric is really something that's well worth investigating further and incorporating into your diet. The third thing is that it's anti-mutagenic. And so we know that in cancer, for example, and some other genetic diseases, that having these genetic mutations occur in a body is one of the causes. And what they have found in the laboratory when they looked at cancer cells, that curcumin actually acts as a pro-oxidant agent, which means that it allows free radicals to oxidize the cancer cell's DNA, and that's what causes the cancer cell to die. But in healthy cells, curcumin then acts as an antioxidant, which basically protects the body cells from free radical damage. And so I really think that this is just really amazing. It's also an antioxidant, which means that, when oxidation occurs in our body, it's due to the metabolic process that's in our body, but it's also due to the number of environmental toxins and chemicals and stress that we're exposed to on a daily basis. So it's important to counteract some of this by incorporating foods that are highly antioxidant in nature. And curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric, is very antioxidant. It can actually neutralize free radicals in the body, and it also boosts the body's own natural antioxidant enzymes. And so these are just some of the very many benefits of why you should incorporate turmeric into your diet. Some of the ways that I like to eat turmeric, I've actually acquired a taste for it. Some people may not like the taste of turmeric. It's actually slightly bitter, but it's not hot like ginger, so that's how it's different from ginger. But nonetheless, it has kind of a strong flavor, I think, and so you may not like to put a lot of it if you're just starting out. But what I like to do is I like to actually slice turmeric, fresh turmeric root, and I just put it in my salad. I also like to juice it in my green vegetable juices because that's really a powerful way of kind of putting in a lot of good, nutrients that can act as an anti-inflammatory, anti-mutagenic, and antioxidant. And so hopefully this has given you some ideas of how you can incorporate turmeric into your lifestyle and your diet. I just thought about another one is green smoothies. You can actually put, maybe like maybe a couple inches, they're kind of like little fingers, but you can put about this much in your green smoothies and get a great antioxidant and anti-inflammatory boost from that. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching.